Okay, today we will discuss connectors as well as simple complex compound. There are two chapters. One is sentence connector, another is simple complex compound. And today we will learn the connectors of contrast meaning. It has been written biporit ortho. So what do we mean by biporit ortho? Contrast meaning. Okay, so I have written some. The first one is though, although. The second one is but yet, and the third one is in spite of, despite. So first of all, let's move on the meaning of these. So what's the meaning of though, although? Is there anyone who knows though, although? Okay, so though, although means jodio. Jodio. But yet, do you know anyone? Kintu. Kintu. Most of the time we know the meaning of but yet, kintu, but sometimes it becomes tobuo. Sometimes it becomes tothapi, and sometimes it becomes tarporeu. Okay, so I have said though, although means jodio, but yet means, as we know, just kintu, but sometimes it may be, according to meaning, it may be tobuo, tothapi, tarporeu. And look at this one, in spite of, despite. The meaning of this one is there anyone who knows? Okay, it will be shotteo. Shotteo. Okay, so these are the meaning of these connectors. And if we consider simple complex compound, this one is called complex, this one is called compound, and this one is called simple. Today we will learn these type of sentences. It can be written here. Simple, complex, and compound. Okay, so jodio, I have said these says the contrast meaning, that means biporit ortho. There will be two clauses and one clause will be contrast of another clause. For example, look at this one. যদিও সে অসুস্থ, যদিও সে অসুস্থ, and the next one will be contrast, that means বিপরীত, and it will be যদিও সে অসুস্থ, what it may be, সে ক্লাসে এসেছে, for example, সে ক্লাসে এসেছে. Okay, যদিও সে অসুস্থ, সে ক্লাসে এসেছে. Look at the sentence. It has been written সে অসুস্থ. Another one is সে ক্লাসে এসেছে. I was saying about clause. What is clause? Clause is called easily a part of sentence. So this is a part of this sentence. This is the full sentence. And যদিও সে অসুস্থ, this is the clause. This is another clause. সে ক্লাসে এসেছে. So this is called though clause, and this is called the clause without though. In Bangla, যদিও, যদিও ছাড়া. For example, যদিও সে অসুস্থ, সে ক্লাসে এসেছে. Look at these two clauses. যদিও সে অসুস্থ, but he has done a different thing. সে ক্লাসে এসেছে. As we know that if someone becomes ill, he doesn't come to class or she doesn't come to class. This is very normal. We see it normally. But look at here. সে অসুস্থ, সে ক্লাসে এসেছে. She has done a different thing. বিপরীত কাজ করেছে. So বিপরীত অর্থ বোঝাতে ব্যবহৃত connector though, although. That means contrast meaning. The connector is though, although. Look at another example. যদিও It has been written যদিও শফিকের অনেক টাকা আছে সে গরিবদের সাহায্য করে না look at this one this is a clause এটা একটা clause this is another clause এটা আরেকটা clause it has been said in these two clauses the first clause that is যদিও শফিকের অনেক টাকা আছে but he does a different work সে ভিন্ন একটা কাজ করে সে গরিবদের সাহায্য করে না contrast meaning বিপরীত অর্থ we can say another example যদিও সে নিয়মিত ক্লাসে আসে সে বাসায় ভালোভাবে পড়ে না he comes to class regularly he doesn't study properly at home so যদিও সে নিয়মিত ক্লাসে আসে সে ভালোভাবে পড়ে না contrast meaning বিপরীত অর্থ একটা আরেকটার বিপরীত one is different than another one okay so have you understood যদিও শফিকের অনেক টাকা আছে সে গরিবদের সাহায্য করে না so we can write down these same sentences here also who will be able to say it has been written যদিও সে অসুস্থ সে ক্লাসে এসেছে so we can write down the same sentence as why we will say this sentence complex because it has been written যদিও আমরা কেন এই সেন্টেন্সকে কমপ্লেক্স বলবো কারণ এখানে যদিও লেখা আছে okay in active and passive sentence what we learned for example I said you if there is am is are plus v3 at that time it will be present indefinite passive it will be present indefinite passive this is the main characteristic of present indefinite passive but if it is active what do we have to consider no if it is active what do we have to consider we know that it will be just v1 in present indefinite just it will be v1 active and present indefinite passive it will be am is r plus v3 so if you see in any sentence just v1 at that time you have to consider that sentence as present indefinite active but if you see for example am is r plus v3 at that time it will have to be considered as passive sentence like that if there is though or although যদি though অথবা although থাকে we will consider the sentence complex আমরা ওই সেন্টেন্সকে কমপ্লেক্স হিসেবে বিবেচনা করব if in any sentence if you see but or yet তুমি যদি but অথবা yet দেখো at that time ওই সময় we have to consider the sentence as compound ওই সেন্টেন্সকে আমরা কম্পাউন্ড হিসেবে বিবেচনা করব and if in any sentence if it is seen in spite of or despite at that time we have to consider that sentence as simple very easy like the active and passive look at যদিও সে অসুস্থ so this is the characteristic of complex sentence as it has been written যদিও what type of sentence is it যদিও শফিকের অনেক টাকা আছে সে গরিবদের সাহায্য করে না so it is complex compound or simple
complex
reason যদিও it has been written যদিও okay so we will make these same two sentences here in compound look at this one what it will be she we have to skip যদিও now সে অসুস্থ কিন্তু thank you very much কিন্তু সে ক্লাসে এসেছে সে অসুস্থ কিন্তু সে ক্লাসে এসেছে what it will be the next one শাফি not শফিক অনেক শফিকের অনেক টাকা আছে কিন্তু সে গরিবদের সাহায্য করে না। সো ইনস্টেড অফ কিন্তু, এই কিন্তুর পরিবর্তে উই অলসো ক্যান রাইট হিয়ার তবুও। ফর এক্সাম্পল, শফিকের অনেক টাকা আছে তবুও সে গরিবদের সাহায্য করে না। ইট ক্যান বি রিটেন ও ইট ক্যান বি সেড শফিকের অনেক টাকা আছে তারপরেও সে গরিবদের সাহায্য করে না। ইট অলসো ম্যাচেস উইথ দ্য সেন্টেন্স। এই সেন্টেন্সের সাথে কিন্তু এটাও ম্যাচ করে, এটাও ম্যাচ করে, এটাও ম্যাচ করে। সো অ্যাকর্ডিং টু দ্য সেন্টেন্স, অ্যাকর্ডিং টু মিনিং, ইউ ক্যান ইউজ দিস মিনিংস। ওকে, মিনিং অনুযায়ী, সেন্টেন্স অনুযায়ী তোমরা এগুলো ব্যবহার করতে পারো। লুক এট দিস ওয়ান, ইট ইজ কম্পাউন্ড সেন্টেন্স, দ্য রিজন ইজ দ্যাট কিন্তু। ইট ইজ কমপ্লেক্স সেন্টেন্স, দ্য রিজন ইজ দ্যাট যদিও। Now we will make these same sentences in simple. Okay, who will be able to say? Tamim. It has been said সত্ত্বেও, so it can be said তার অসুস্থতা সত্ত্বেও। অসুস্থতা সত্ত্বেও সে ক্লাসে এসেছে। So who will make this one? টাকা সত্ত্বেও or টাকা থাকা সত্ত্বেও
সে গরিবদের সাহায্য করেন।
So these are the meaning, these are the Bangla sentences. Now we will translate these in English, and this is simple. The reason is that সত্ত্বেও, it's not clear. Okay, we'll make the English of this sentence. Skip this one. For example, সে অসুস্থ, what's the English of it? He is ill. He is ill. সে ক্লাসে এসেছে। এসেছে, he has come to class. He has come to class. সে অসুস্থ, স্কিপ যদিও, সে অসুস্থ, he is ill. সে ক্লাসে এসেছে, he has come to class. যদিও ইংলিশ though. This is the sentence. যদিও সে অসুস্থ, সে ক্লাসে এসেছে। Though he is ill, he has come to class. Is it very hard? Okay. Who will be able to make this sentence? Tamim, yes. শফিকের অনেক টাকা আছে। Shafiq has.
Much money.
It will be has, not have. The reason is that Shafiq is third person singular. Shafiq has
Much money.
much money. শফিকের অনেক টাকা আছে। সে
He
গরিবদের সাহায্য করে না। সে সাহায্য করে না,
he does not help.
he does not help. Help গরিবদের, you should use the poor. He does not help the poor. Shafiq has much money. শফিকের অনেক টাকা আছে। He does not help the poor. Just we have to use here.
Though.
We have used once, so we can use although. If you use though, no problem. Although Shafiq has much money, he does not help the poor. Have you understood?
Yes.
Complex sentence. Why we will say this one complex sentence? There is though or although, and this is the clause, though clause or although clause. This is though clause or although clause, and this is the clause without though or although. অর্থাৎ এটা though বা although যুক্ত clause, এটা though বা although বিহীন clause. Though although যুক্ত clause, though although বিহীন clause. There are two clauses in this sentence. এই সেন্টেন্সে কিন্তু দুইটা clause. Okay? Now we will make this sentence compound. Who will be able to say? Is it very hard or easy?
Easy.
Okay. Hussein,
সে অসুস্থ, he is ill.
he is ill,
But
but
he has come to the class.
he has come to class. He is ill, but he has come to class. This is the sentence. Who will be able to make this one? Siam.
Shafiq has much money.
Shafiq has much money,
But
but
he does not help the
does not
Does not.
does not help the poor.
help the poor. You should wear spectacles. Poor. Shafiq has much money, but he does not help the poor. Have you understood? Okay. So compound. The reason is that it has been written kintu, not kintu, but. Huh? But. So instead of but, you can write yet also. Okay. Now simple. In spite of, despite. তার অসুস্থতা সত্ত্বেও সে ক্লাসে এসেছে. Now we have to consider something for making the sentence simple.